Lisa Simpson's literary picks. From Frankenstein to Jane Eyre, these are 20 books Lisa needs you to read. And we gotta start with To Kill a Mockingbird. Number 1. This has gotta be the most interesting book on this list, and it was written by Harper Lee. It was first mentioned in the episode Diatribe of the Mad Housewife, and in episode 9 of season 30, Lisa reads the book while she spends time with her father. While reading the book, Lisa comes to the conclusion that Atticus Finch, the protagonist of the book who fights the cause of a black man accused for rape, is just like Homer. They even go as far as watching the film during their special father and daughter bonding moment, which Bart gets jealous of.
No, we're doing a child-friendly version of The Handmaid's Tale.
Ooh, I'd like to try out.
Number 2. The name of the second most interesting book is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. The book talks about a society under the leadership of Republic Gilead where women do not have civil rights. It basically explores the story of a handmaid called Offred, whose sole purpose was to bear children for a man in the upper class. Anyone quite conversant with the personality of Lisa would know that she is one to stand up for women, that their rights have been trampled upon. When a drama was to be acted based on the novel, Lisa requested to take the role of Offred, the protagonist. Number 3. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Another book that Lisa wants you to read is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Lisa read this book when she experienced difficulty focusing on her test. Luckily for her, the president's assessment test was canceled at the end of the day. The book tells the story of a student, Esther Greenwood, who dreams of becoming a poet, but with the challenges she faces in life, she understands that life can't be the way you want. Number 4. Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Not only did Chimamanda Ngozi do justice to this book, but it is a popular book that explores the theme of political instability, love, and conflict. You bet Lisa would love such a book. We're talking about a Nigerian post-colonial text that explains how people's lives were altered after the Civil War began. Disclaimer, this is not an ad, but if you haven't read this book yet, you should do so. Number 5. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. In the second episode of the 4th season, Lisa joins a movement to save a fish that is about to be served in the power plant. Her love for literature is revealed here as she reads the text Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. The book is written from a first-person narrative of which we have no idea of who the narrator is. But she discloses how her life has been since she married a wealthy widower whose house is haunted by his late first wife. Sounds like a story worthy of a Treehouse of Horror segment. Number 6. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This particular text, Little Women, is really interesting to the extent that we find a lot of characters aside from Lisa in the series reading this, such as Moe and Bart Simpson. However, with the coming-of-age genre, you can tell that the text is a suitable text for adolescents or teenagers who are coming of age. It's about 4 sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, who come to learn a lot of things in their phases of growth. It became so popular among female United States immigrants in the 20th century. Number 7. The Collected Dorothy Parker by Dorothy Parker. In the episode, The Simpsons 138th episode spectacular, Troy McClure hosts a special that reminisces memorable moments from the first 138 episodes of The Simpsons. Lisa is shown reading The Collected Dorothy Parker in one of the segments. The text comprises witty poems and stories set in the decadent jazz age in New York. These witty stories hold a deeper meaning than just acidic humor. Number 8. Another top literary pick by Lisa is The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. The text dwells around the life of an orphan, Lily Bart, whose major aim in life was just to marry a wealthy man. That's all she cared about, so she could be regarded in the upper class, but her desires lead to her downfall at the end of the day. In the episode Sweet and Sour Marge, Lisa enjoys eating sugar, but Homer and Marge forbade her from taking them, and she is found reading this book in her moments of rebellion. Number 9. In Season 6, Episode 3, Homer tells Lisa how Maggie was born, and during his flashbacks, we see Lisa reading the text I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The text is an autobiography that explains the chronicle of Marguerite from age 3 to 17 being traumatized by rape, fighting racism, and struggling with self-affirmations. Number 10. The next book on the list is The Awakening by Kate Chopin. As you have heard from Lisa, the novel is an early feminist work that talks about a lady, Edna Pointteller, who is at a phase of self-discovery after deciding not to be a housewife anymore. The dominant theme of the novel is women versus the society, where women are struggling to break free from the stereotype created by the society concerning how they should live their lives. Number 11. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë. Jane Eyre is another novel Lisa has read. Just a lady whose life challenges made her stronger is one way to describe the life of Jane. The book covers a lot of subjects: love, suspense, injustice, and then some justice, a mad woman in the attic. And to top it all, our heroine only marries the object of her desire, Mr. Rochester, once she knows they'll be equals in marriage. However, in the series, we later find out that Marge owns a parody of Jane Eyre as Jane Airhead. It is found in the Marge book, which is the 9th book in the Simpsons Library of Wisdom. Know what else should be in that library? Number 12. The Secret History of Donna Tartt. The plot of the book revolves around college students from the upper class who commit murder but do all it takes to stay hidden. But of course, we know it wouldn't last. Number 13. Next on Lisa's literary picks is Middlemarch by George Eliot. You need to read this too. It is set in a fictional Middlemarch town in the 1830s. It dwells on the life of Dorothy Brooke, the career of Tertius Lydgate, the courtship of Mary Garth by Fred Vincy, and the disgrace of Nicholas Bulstrode. The two main plots are those of Dorothy and Lydgate, with its major themes being the reality of marriage, social expectations, and the importance of determination. Number 14. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. One of the popular books we know Lisa has read is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Yeah, we know the story of the scientist who creates a monster from one of his scientific experiments. Number 15. Wide Sargasso Sea by Jean Rhys. The next book is Wide Sargasso Sea. The plot dwells on the life of a female character, Antoinette Causeway, a sensual and protected young woman who is sold into marriage to the prideful Mr. Rochester. Number 16. The next on the list is Peyton Place by Grace Metalius. The setting of the text is in England before and after the war. It is a literary masterpiece where three ladies are pressured into accepting their identity as sexual beings in a town where minding one's business is difficult. Number 17. The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. Lisa met Amy Tan in a festival of books, and she was so happy that she started ranting about the Joy Luck Club. Amy Tan wrote, saying that it showed how the mother-daughter bond can triumph over adversity. Amy Tan sternly replied that Lisa got her story all wrong, and when Lisa tried to apologize, Tan told her to just sit down. Number 18. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. In the show, Gone with the Wind is a book that Grandpa gave to Clark Gable, who later starred in a film adaptation as Rhett Butler. The text is about Scarlett O'Hara, who is in love with Ashley and learns about his engagement. Despite warnings from her family, Scarlett intends to throw herself at Ashley at the event at 12 Oaks. On the other hand, she is trying to survive a civil war. Number 19. Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates is the last book on the list. Don't get it wrong, it isn't the last book Lisa has read. The unique part about this fictional biography read by Lisa is that in the episode Pork and Burns, she gets to meet the author, but unfortunately she failed to get her autograph. You cannot say you admire the character Lisa Simpson and not be a fan of her reading escapades. Her literary picks are top-notch, and it's highly recommended for any reader with great literature taste as Lisa. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Bye, folks.